started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
Welcome back, everybody, to some more playoff action. We thought we were about to get a sweep in the last one, but luckily, they decided to give us some content. Went to 7. It was a banger. Hope you guys didn't miss it, but we are headed right back into the Titan League. I'm joined by my good friend, teammate, the GOAT himself. What's going on, Yegas?
Just chilling, merely ready to get back on the streamer grind, but until then we have a banger of a matchup. Venganza versus Pinnacle. Pinnacle taking down the 2 seed last time they played, and Venganza taking down the Grandmasters. But it looks like we're a little bit late. We might be starting to get this one done any minute now. Should be a good one though.
Yeah, I think this one should be a close one. We can talk a little bit about it as it's going on, as we are very behind schedule, but as we get into it, I would like to ask you for your prediction. As always, who's taking this one?
I think if Pinnacle plays the way they did against the team they beat on last week, I think they take it. I think they're taking it in 6. I mean, Bubs, Fishy, the dog, very good players, but I mean that Pinnacle peak just hits different. But they need to find that peak, and if they don't, then Gons is gonna take it over. So I do believe Pinnacle's gonna find that peak. See him taking it in 6. But
very well could happen, as Insanity gotta get one here off the pass from Edwin. The prediction's looking pretty good so far. Pinnacle starting off hot.
Yeah, Edwin just putting a nice pass for Insanity. Insanity finding the bottom left of the net, and Pinnacle starts this one off early.
And that's a good opener by Pinnacle. They are a team which most people expected to kind of stomp. What a pinch from Bubs. Won't result in a goal, but showing off he's not all flip resets. He has other mechanics in store as well. But this Pinnacle roster is a little bit of a interesting one, as most people expected them to do very well from when they were drafted. People were saying Deluxe and Insanity, how did you even manage to get both those players? I know I was asking that question myself, but they've underperformed a little bit during the regular season. Nevertheless, they have showed up when it matters in the postseason, coming back from 3-1 down against the Spartans, and now looking to take it to Venganza. Another pass middle. Deluxe is there off the backboard. Follow-up shot. Not around. Third man waiting patiently, but Bubs here looking for the double touch. Can't quite find it. Another dangerous opportunity, but Venganza not quite able to get there. And Pinnacle still pressing the issue. Still, Bubs is a man you do not want to give space, and he will be looking for clips. He will be looking for scoring opportunities. Every chance he get, you have to feel like a big part of this Pinnacle strategy is going to have to be shutting that down.
Absolutely. I mean, against the Grandmasters, Bubs even had a almost double flip reset goal that was saved away by Bagels last second. But Bubs just knows how to pop off mechanically in the playoffs. And anytime he plays, it's really just spectacle to watch.
And he does already have a Grand Finals championship to his name in the Rival League. Not in the Titan League, but we do know that he has the ice as well as the mechanics. Not someone that's easy to shut down, but Venganza, still nothing without him either. Fishy and the dog, both very solid players. The dog gonna touch this one up. A bit of a double commit from Pinnacle. 2 players jumping for the ball in midfield. It seems to work out. They do get a little bit of pressure. The ball sent right back. Deluxe clearing this one down to Insanity, looking for the shot. Bubs barely gets a 50. Manages to get it out. Both teams just trading blows right now, but still, it's Pinnacle who remains with the 1-goal advantage.
I mean, just look at the play of Edwin right now. It's very aggressive up front. Remember last year he was playing more defensive. And then Pinnacle started to peak whenever he found his way onto the offensive side. That with the synergy between Insanity and Deluxe. Deluxe getting a pop here, but getting it hit away by Bubs. And this is a very dangerous offense whenever they get rolling, merely.
Absolutely, both teams have incredible pop-off potential. Feels like it might be a series where a lot of blows are traded. The victor just happens to be the ones who can throw the harder punches. Fishy looking a little bit awkward on defense. The shot will come through. Not much of a threat, though. Venganza able to quickly transition back onto offense. Bubs hitting it to the backboard. No follow-up there just yet, but Bubs will get another shot off the backboard again. Still looming, the threat ever present for this Venganza roster, but they can't break through quite yet. Still remaining scoreless. Edwin getting a crucial touch, but the 50 is in front of the net. Edwin has to make that clutch save, and he does. This one will be sent back. And try as they might, so far, I mean, Venganza's offense is just getting completely shut down. Never mind. Bubs off the ceiling, gets a perfect pass, and the dog will break through Pinnacle defense.
Well, merely the caster curse comes out. Bubs gets a nice pass off the ceiling, and I mean, the dog just cleans it up right there.
And that's a great finish. Ready for the Bubs outplay. He's seen that one plenty of times before. Knew the ball was going to somehow come center. Indeed it does, as Deluxe going for the bump manages to get it. The dog just a little bit faster on defense. Still dangerous. Bubs will get the clear though, and this one might be an open shot. Fishy almost getting the pre-flip. I don't think he had boost to shoot that accurately, but it's still looming. Ladog and Bubs both up. That's a huge double commit. Might be dangerous for Venganza on the counterattack, but they managed to get back quickly. Now with little time left, that one actually just 50s off. Fortune favors Pinnacle, and Deluxe getting his first of the game.
Oh my goodness, Deluxe had a nice pre-flip to pop the ball up, and that was just an insane 50. I'm not sure how that one went in merely, but I mean, regardless, Pinnacle up 2-1, 44 seconds left. Looking pretty for this game one victory, unless Venganza has something to say about it.
I'm sure they will if they can just finish their sentence, but what a save from Deluxe. He came through with the goal on offense, now holding steady on defense as well. Venganza going to have to push for this one. Deluxe getting a touch center, and Edwin will be there to follow it up. For Pinnacle, it's all about if they can just limit the chances that Venganza gets. Right now doing a fantastic job, but Ladog will have some open space here, getting it through one. Insanity 50's out, and the ball sent dangerous. Deluxe still remaining calm on defense. That one going to be awkward. Bubs gets the 50 through, and Pinnacle cannot hold on. They concede with 5 seconds left.
Oh my goodness, 5 seconds left. You want to clear the ball, get it out of your zone, but unable to do so. Bubs just finding the back of the net, and I mean, 5 seconds left, anything could happen. But it looks most likely we're going to OT here.
It does look like an overtime type of game, as Insanity getting this touch out will hit the ground. The overtime is confirmed. We knew this would be a close series, but overtime in the first game seems to indicate that it might be even closer than we thought. It's Deluxe getting this across to Insanity. Off the backboard. This is a difficult read for Ladog. He can't quite make it, but this one should be in Bub's favor. Going for the musty flick. Gets it past one. Ladog in the midfield trying to keep control. They can't quite succeed. Fishy dunked out. Deluxe will send himself through. Insanity getting the touch. Deluxe trying to get the finish. Edwin will be with the one popping it up. This one sent. Deluxe up for the shot once again. Just getting it past. They're just trying to find a way past this defense so they can have a finishing shot to go off of. But Venganza doing a great job of being in the right spots so far, not allowing many opportunities. Insanity with a bit of a suspicious touch here, but he will manage to get it out. And so far, a little bit of, I will say, tentative play by both teams, not wanting to overcommit, not wanting to push too hard, but that one, almost an opportunity there. Still neither team able to break through.
Yeah, no, it seems pretty back and forth. Both teams trying to play it safe. Don't want to go down 0-1 in the series. But, I mean, just these passing plays out by both these teams, the chemistry there. Both these teams want to make it to grand finals, merely. And, I mean, so far, at least in this game one, they're pulling out all the stops to do so.
And I've been especially impressed with the way Pinnacle are finding each other, but they're not quite getting the finishing touches, not quite getting those spots where they can have a free shot at net. This might be a chance for them, though. Insanity dunked out by Bubs, able to get back just in time. As this one's sent over the Pinnacle backboard, Edwin with another crucial clear. He has been the one on defense for them. This one over one. Edwin there yet again, getting it through. That one almost on net, but good patience by Deluxe not to let it come through. As Bubs, you have to watch out for this man. He's going for the touch, can't get the redirect. If he had, that would have surely been a goal, but a little bit of miscommunication now. This might be an open net for Deluxe if he can get there fast enough, but the pinch sends it across a little too fast. Now it's Bubs on the read, going for the ground pinch, getting it through one. The ball is high over the backboard. This is a free shot. Not quite good enough. And Venganza, try as they might, cannot break through Jaegers. This is what an amazing overtime as the redirect from Deluxe comes through. He manages to break through the defense and Pinnacle take game one.
Deluxe is making plays at both sides of the court merely. 5 saves and 2 goals. Like, he popped off in this one. 861 points. I believe he was a Season 5 MVP, and right now he's playing like it merely.
And that was incredible. What an overtime. It seemed like both sides were having so much difficulty breaking down the offense. It almost felt like neither team had an advantage going into this overtime, and the entire game, both teams fighting to try and find it. But in the end, it was Pinnacle who came out on top. Still, you have to feel like this series is far from over, and Venganza, they lost this one, but it's not too late for them to try to bounce back quickly.
Absolutely not. I mean, Venganza still outshot Pinnacle by an astronomical, I believe that's 17-7. Just the fact that Pinnacle just put 3 in the back of the net. But it seemed like Pinnacle had a good few plays, just not enough shots like on target, but the shots they did have, they made count.
And that they did. Seemed like Venganza were able to get quite a few clears out, not finding themselves stuck on their defensive half for too long at any given point. But Pinnacle had quick counterattacks. They had quick breakout goals. It was the difference in this game one. Now heading into game two here, I'm curious how you want to see this Venganza roster adapt to try and overcome.
Well, I did see they had 6 demos, but I want to see them demo the back line, get more shots. I mean, put more shots on target, find a way to disrupt the defense, because they had 18 shots, but I mean, they're just not placing them properly merely. And Pinnacle just making save after save. Like, it has to break at some point, right?
Yeah, you would think so, and usually when Venganza is shooting that much, it does eventually break, but Pinnacle doing a really good job of holding on, and they've been holding on in this game as well. Already some offense coming out from Venganza, but the game remains scoreless. Deluxe trying to send this one down. Fishy with the control, but not the best control. Does manage to 50 it back to Bubs, who is always ready for the ball, and he will have an open net to shoot at. Venganza strike first.
I mean, Fishy taking notes from his brother, demoing the backline. Edwin, a defensive stalwart on defense, just gets absolutely decimated. And all Bubs had to do there was put it on target.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something in the genes for the Bubbly Fishy family, as both of them are absolute menaces on the demos. They both love to go for those plays, and both are exceptionally good at doing so. That time, Fishy, the one able to create a goal-scoring opportunity for Venganza. On the other side of things, Pinnacle is trying to get some opportunities of their own. Insanity saying this one to the middle. Edwin with a free shot, and he will be able to snipe it to the bottom right. A great comeback by Pinnacle.
And I mean, the defense just gets caught a little too far up. Fishy not able to make it back in time. Perhaps could have if he didn't accidentally side flip with the misinput. But regardless, we have a tie game in this one.
And it will be tied. This series so far has been neck and neck. Both teams trading blows. Pinnacle, the last ones to strike, but we'll see at least one more goal in this game as Bub's trying to send this center. Insanity can't really 50 through, but Edwin, his teammate, can back him up. Now it's Bubs with possession, a scary sight. As he gets it past Insanity. Edwin once again ready for it. Manages to send it out. That's not the best touch by Deluxe. It will go center. But a clutch 50 The dog not able to break through, and with 2 minutes gone so far, I mean, everything is so even. It's kind of hard for me to even see what the difference maker has been for these two teams so far.
No, I mean, it really is. I mean, both teams do a lot of things very well. It's just been a really defensive battle. Right as I say that, Insanity gonna pop one past the defense. A defensive miscue once again by Venganza.
There's another quick counterattack. Pinnacle just putting shots on target. 2 for 3 right now. That time managed to get the better on the 50. Fishy caught in an awkward position and could not get back to it. Pinnacle take the lead once again. 3 minutes remaining. Plenty of time for Venganza. Try and come back. Deluxe here with the shot.
My.
Will not miss that. He is faster than everyone. Manages to put that through.
Deluxe just with the top corner snipe quicker than the defense. And I mean, this Pinnacle offense is revving its engines right now, merely.
And revving, they are trying to go up even further. 3-1 might just be good enough for them to take it, but they still have to play a lot more Rocket League. Fishy breaking through on this one. Edwin should be able to get back, and get back he does. Sending this one clear as well. Deluxe going for the double touch, but Bubs will not allow it to happen. Still dunked, but Fishy will be the one who comes away, trying to get the pass off. Insanity reads the flick perfectly, and the shot blocked away as well. I mean, Pinnacle's defense right now just looks like it's on another level.
It really is. 4 saves already in this one, and I mean, just on defense, they've been so good. Insanity able to get that one out. A little bit of skill, but mostly luck on that one. And so far, almost said Venganza unable to put another goal in the back of the net since the first minute, but finds one there.
You know, I have been extremely impressed with the defensive Pinnacle, but that was not one of their highlights, as I believe it was Insanity there. I didn't exactly register who it was, but that was not the best defensive clear as that one, actually.
Oh my.
Making up for the blunder, and they're back with the 2-goal advantage.
Sometimes merely all it takes is a 50, and Deluxe just reads the dog, and Fishy unable to get back in time, and the ball just soars top left.
And that's a great way to strike back for Pinnacle. A brief moment of suspicious behavior, but doesn't matter. They regained their 2-goal advantage as a triple commit on the goal line. They do succeed in getting the ball out. This one sent high once again, and Sandy with the clear. Deluxe trying to follow the 50 in the midfield, favors Pinnacle. This one sent out. Bubs gets a touch, but not the best touch. Not really able to get downfield. And Pinnacle will have possession once again. Deluxe trying to pop this one up, but a double commit from Pinnacle could leave an opportunity for Venganza to try to break out a defense. And in fact, they break out right into the net of Pinnacle. I'm not really sure what happened there.
Yeah, no, it just looks like the defender got too far up. Insanity and Deluxe may have bumped into each other, maybe slowing Insanity's rotation back. But I mean, Insanity wasn't getting that one, and Bubs just gonna get his hat trick, just putting the ball on target.
And now Pinnacles still remain with a 1-goal advantage, but it's getting a bit too close for comfort if you're them. They will look to try and find another one. Edwin getting this clear out, trying to take control on the dribble. Can't quite find it. The transition into offense stopped completely by Venganza, but Insanity just beats out the last defender. Edwin here trying to get the air dribble, trying to get it past. They're trying to keep on this pressure. They know if Venganza gets the opportunity, they have a very good chance of scoring. Insanity shutting it down once again, going for the 50. That one will be sent back. Edwin has to be smart here, has to make a play that will not result in an opportunity for Venganza, and he does send it away. 20 seconds left. Fishy trying to get this ball out. Venganza trying to get anything going, but Ladog can't get there. Deluxe should have a clear back, and if they can just waste a little bit more time. Last time, in Game 1, Venganza scored with very little time on the clock. It doesn't look like it'll happen this time, as Insanity puts home the dagger for this game, and Pinnacle steady in control for the series, 2-0.
Insanity just find the back of the net, find that cushion goal, to where if they get scored on with 5 seconds left, it doesn't even matter. And you know, Venganza, after this game, I'm looking to take a timeout.
Absolutely. I think a timeout is a smart play here. They've been close games, but Pinnacle has come out on top in both. Even stronger in this game, too, than game one. And really, you know, they've played extremely well on defense, Pinnacle has. But it seems like a lot of their goals are resulting from misplays on Venganza's side of things. They're not coordinating as well as they could have and allowing some opportunities that really shouldn't be there for Pinnacle.
Absolutely. I mean, Venganza's just getting caught off on defense. I mean, they have the shots. It looks like they're still out shooting Pinnacle. They have the pressure. But I mean, Pinnacle on the flip side, insane shooting percentage. 5 goals on 6 shots. One shy of perfect. And if you want a trip to the grand finals, if you want that ticket, I mean, that's how you want to shoot merely.
And Venganza now down 2-0. It doesn't look like they're taking a
Oh
timeout. They're
my.
just joining back up right away. But Insanity saying Deluxe isn't here. I'm not sure where he went.
Does
Pinnacle,
say he
maybe.
joined the match, however, so I don't know.
So he's in the lobby, but he's not playing just yet. I guess Venganza getting a bit of a... Okay, there he is.
All right, all
Deluxe
right.
has joined the lobby. We will be heading directly into game number 3, and Venganza not taking a timeout there. That's a curious decision. We see it at the highest level. I mean, the RLCS teams, every single time they go down 2-0, you see a timeout. I mean, very rarely will they just continue playing and risk going down 0-3.
Well, merely haven't you heard? Apparently, Titans don't take timeouts, and
Ah,
I mean, Venganza practicing that here, but you know, maybe they should have. As Edwin's gonna get a nice dribble past them, and Pinnacle just picking up where they left off.
yeah, and Edwin just getting it. He didn't even really have to do much. Looked like Ledog kind of faked himself.
Yeah.
Didn't even look like the ball was on top of Edwin's car there. Pinnacle already striking first, getting an easy first goal, although Venganza almost striking back quickly. They will certainly be looking to try and turn the tides, even regardless of the timeout. Just, you know, maybe for some teams the timeout isn't a good thing. Maybe they just want to keep playing, keep trying to keep going, and just push through.
Yeah, I mean, maybe so, but I mean, regardless, Pinnacle has been hot. But I mean, on the flip side, Venganza has been having shooting opportunities. They're just not putting them in the back of the net. Uh, I do believe it could be a mental thing, which a timeout would have helped with. But regardless, that's an alternate universe. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And right now, Deluxe is gonna 50 the middle. Fishy gonna hit it away, and what an offensive stand by Venganza.
Well, you know, maybe they just don't want to think. We're Rocket League players after all. We don't think, we just chase the sphere in the middle of the field as Bubs here. Doesn't have to do much thinking for that one. Just gets a clean beat off of the miss, and he will put in another goal from Venganza.
And I swear, Bubs has been having easy goals this series, merely. It just seems like he's just dribbling the ball in the back of the net off breakaways. But regardless, he's going to get another one here. And in this pivotal game 3, we're all tied up.
And I apologize, Jaegers. You'll have to solo cast for a tiny bit. I just received word that my mom headed to the urgent care, and obviously this is much more important. So I will try to be back swiftly, but I have to leave for now.
Absolutely. Hope everything's all right. Pinnacle going to get another goal from that one. Venganza down 2-1, however. Fishy gonna hit past 1. Insanity's gonna 50 it. Ladog is up. And it looks like I'm going to be joined by Austin here.
I'll be hopping in for a second. Wasn't quite expecting, but hopefully everything's all right with Merely. Obviously, thoughts and prayers there. But we will keep the Rocket League going here as we're into this one, and Pinnacle leading 2-1 here. Looking to add onto it, the defensive stop comes through, and Jaegers have been watching this series, you know, from behind the scenes, and Pinnacle, the defense has been huge so far in this one.
No, it really has. They're finding save after save. It seems like almost every shot that Venganza had has been turned away defensively as opposed to the crossbar. And just a really good all-around game by Pinnacle so far.
And they find themselves in the lead here as we're heading in to the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of game number 3. This ball off to the side. Ladog trying to keep it in. Edwin gonna send it out. Back into the corner. This ball pop back in. Bub's gonna try to make a touch and just able to clear that one away to the side. This one pinched back down. 2:15 left. And Sandy looking to get it out, and we're down to 2 minutes here, Jaegers. I know Venganza didn't call that timeout. You guys touched on it, quite a bit there. But, you got to win this game. This is one of those ones, we saw a reverse sweep in the last one, but you don't often see a reverse sweep. You got to know the pressure's on, and they're looking for something here, but they can't do it, and, they really gotta get going here.
They really do. They need to find a way to steal the momentum from Pinnacle because, this Pinnacle offense is just going off right now. It seems like they're diving for every ball, putting every shot, and Venganza ready for that one. Unfortunate for Pinnacle, went off the crossbar.
This one out in the midfield, a dangerous ball, but not quite gonna go this time. As this one up in the midfield, denied away again. Pinnacle, their defense just standing strong time after time, Jaegers, and Pinnacle, just this defense, I can't believe what I'm seeing from them right now.
No, it's very interesting because, Deluxe and Insanity aren't really defensive players. There's players you want for offensive capabilities, Edwin more of the defensive player. But, everyone in this Pinnacle defense has showed up to play today.
Yeah, they really have, and Pinnacle, they've had their issues all season long, but they're looking to show up here and make it to the Grand Finals, which would be another Titan League Grand Finals appearance for Pinnacle, who have been such a staple in the Titan League. Of Venganza, they are looking to answer back, and the time is not in their favor here as we're getting down to it now. This ball off to the corner, final 30 seconds for Venganza. They have to strike here. This one,
oh my!
A missed touch comes out, and Bubs puts it in. He's having himself a game, and he ties it up.
And also, I wasn't sure maybe if Deluxe maybe got bumped there or something, but it looks like he may have just whiffed. And Bubs making another crucial goal when it's needed. And with 30 seconds left, Venganza has another life in this game 3.
They really do, and could this be what they need to get themselves right back in this series? Or does Pinnacle have a dagger? This one up in the midfield looking for a shot, but not quite going to go this time as Fishy has an opportunity. Mano y mano, a shot.
Oh my, Fishy!
Bangs it home, and Venganza takes the lead.
And Fishy going 50 past 1, just takes a nice golf swing at it. And Deluxe was not saving that one, Austin. What a shot by Fishy.
Yeah, just a huge shot coming through to the back of the net there. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Venganza. And now Pinnacle find themselves down here in the final 10 seconds. Can they bring it back? This ball popping up out in the midfield. This ball heading towards net. Bub's going to stop it, trying to stay with it, just looking at 50. Going to pop this one up off the backboard. Pinnacle, they got to keep it up in the air, but they can't. And Venganza come from behind Jaegers in the final seconds, able to battle back and win game number 3.
What a win by Venganza, able to steal that one away from Pinnacle. Looks like they didn't need the timeout. Probably going to hold it off for later. Unless, of course, we just don't see any timeouts this series, which would be quite interesting, Austin.
Yeah, it would be something if we didn't see any timeouts. But, I'm sure there will be. I know they're aware of it, at least. But, hey, you never know. And, good on Venganza. They didn't need the timeout there, Jaegers, so they still have it in their back pocket if they need to use it later.
Oh, absolutely. Could come in a pivotal game 7 if we do, in fact, reach that point. But, Venganza just believed in themselves there. They had all the shots. They just weren't putting in the back of the net. Had some demos to open up the goal lanes. And were able to score 2 goals in less than 30 seconds. What a game by Venganza.
And again, Venganza actually going to outshoot Pinnacle. This time they were able to take advantage, winning in that one. And now it comes down to this game number 4, and a crucial one Jaegers for Venganza and for Pinnacle. Pinnacle can look to get up 3-1 here, and Venganza can look to even the series right back.
Absolutely. I mean, 3-1's a lot nicer than tied 2-2. As many a team have fallen on Forbidden Temple.
It is very true. But we will have to see. As Pinnacle looking to start things out early as Deluxe sends that one on net. Not quite going to make things happen. So we're into this game. This ball popped up with a dog, trying to stay with it. Challenge in the midfield, send it back towards net. Bubs towards the backboard. This one locked out of midfield, sent back in. Fishy can't quite connect. A shot attempt coming through off the post. But
Oh,
it's
my.
off the defender. Deluxe give over that Rocket League luck as Pinnacle strikes first.
Oh my goodness. I could have sworn that was going top left and it was just an unfortunate bounce for Pinnacle. But then Venganza helped him out a little bit. And now Pinnacle up 1-0 in this one.
Looks like got hopefully potentially good news here. Merely is back, so I'm gonna throw it back over to him. He's still in the lobby, still in the cast, so Merely, take it away.
I am back. Thank you everyone for your support. Everything is okay. Just had to clear up some confusion. But my mom is doing great. So, with that said, apologies for the interruption, but the game has not been interrupted, as it appears while I was gone, Venganza managed to bring it back a game and now are trying to fight back to take the advantage. Pinnacle's still up here. And what a game. If you want to catch me up a tiny bit, Jaegers, I mean, what has been, how did we get to this point? Is Venganza coming back here?
Well, I mean, if that keeps happening, Insanity gonna put another one in the back of the net. But yeah, no, in game number 3, merely, Pinnacle was up 2-1 with 30 seconds left, and then Venganza just made an insane comeback to steal game 3 away from him.
And they may have made a nice comeback, but it looks like they're gonna have to make another one here if they do want to avoid going down 3-1. A difficult position to be in, although not the most difficult position we've seen on stream today, as the reverse sweep in the previous game would suggest. Still, Pinnacle looking like they are in control of this game. Number 4 here, Deluxe getting a crucial clear out, and Bubs as last man, going to have to make the touch, does manage to get it past and gets the 50 out. Doing very well there, heading over to Fishy, getting it through. And so far, Venganza with some good opportunities. Pinnacle is scoring, and it seems like the theme is holding true. I mean, Venganza trying everything to break through this Pinnacle defense, and Pinnacle just refuses to be scored on.
Absolutely. I mean, Venganza's definitely winning the shots battle. Maybe not in this one, as Pinnacle's leading thus far 4-2. Make that 4-3. But I mean, Venganza, the story of the series has just been they're just not able to put goals on the back of the net.
And really, that is a crucial factor when you're playing a game of Rocket League. You have to be able to finish. Here's a good shot here, but 2 defenders jump, and Sandy will be credited with the save. Managing to save yet another shot from Venganza, not letting anything through. Edwin clearing this one down. Bubs doing everything he can, get the ball out. And, you know, we've seen Bubs. He looks solid. He's finding some space and making plays happen. I'm wondering who else we need on this Venganza roster to step up and try to finish these shots.
I mean, I haven't seen a lot out of 2K Ladog yet, merely. I mean, he put a shot on earlier, had a couple goals, I believe. But nothing extremely substantial. Nothing that can sway this series in the favor of Venganza.
And certainly the series is heavily in favor of Pinnacle right now. Less than 2 minutes remaining. They are poised to take game 4, gaining a massive advantage in the series. And Sandy slow playing this one, trying to get it through, and Bubs 50 effectively neutralized. Edwin getting a 50 through as well. The ball left for Pinnacle once again. Steadily in control, but this could be an opportunity for a counterattack. Bubs getting it through. It's off the backboard. No one there to finish. They ran out of boost on offense yet again. And instead, it's Insanity actually missing his touch. That's 2 defenders. Bubs will beat 1, but I don't think there's a shot able to be taken. Bubs tries his best, can't quite find it. And Insanity manages to get an insane goal line block to set it away. Still, Bubs coming through. He will not give up, and he snipes the top left corner.
Well, you know, Mealy, one thing I've learned about this series is Venganza may be down, but Bubs is going to get his as he slots it top left corner past two defenders and gives Venganza a fighting chance in this game 4 with a minute left.
Well, they did come back in the last game from a 2-1 deficit. This one, they only have a minute, but we've seen them regain before. They can tie the series up here. So much of a mental battle won, but Deluxe coming through. He's just faster. Defense can't get a read, and Deluxe will put them up 2.
Pinnacle has been in this position before, and they don't want to throw another game away. Deluxe putting in the back of the net and giving themselves yet another cushion in this game.
Venganza, their job just got even harder. Took them 4 minutes to score their first. Now they need 2 in 40 seconds. Here's a shot. It's not on target, but the finish could be there. What even happened to that shot? That was a wide open net, but Venganza cannot put anything in the back of the net. Jaegers, what is happening?
I don't really have an analysis for that, merely. It just looks like Venganza just side flipped and wasn't able to put a shot on target. That was mind-boggling.
It absolutely was, and now with 2-goal advantage, time running out, it does seem as if Pinnacle are going to be moving ahead 3-1 in the series. Not much left to be said on this one, but still, Pinnacle taking the reins. And finally, Venganza will call their timeout, but is it too late here, Jaegers?
I mean, they are down 2 games. They thought they'd be able to get this one back, out shooting Pinnacle once again. But, I mean, 2 of those shots, they had an opportunity to tie it up merely, and they just didn't take it. They didn't put their shots on target. They just don't seem focused. And that could help where this time, could make this timeout come into play here. Getting them back to focus, calm down, because right now they're on match point, and Pinnacle, on the flip side, on the verge to go into the finals.
Better late than never, I suppose, but still a difficult task ahead of Venganza. Now they have to win 3 straight games if they want to make it to the grand finals. Not an easy task against a Pinnacle that's been playing this well. I mean, 9 shots there for Venganza. It's just the same story. Every single game, Venganza shooting a ridiculous amount, but Pinnacle has an answer to every shot. They have a save for every position, and Venganza just can't break through. I mean, how much more, what more can they change from their defense to try and gain an advantage?
I don't know. They need a challenge earlier. They need to maybe have a deep third man, because Pinnacle have been able to flip it past the defense on multiple occasions. But, I mean, right now, Pinnacle is just playing better merely.
They really are, and they look like the Pinnacle that we were all expecting to see when this roster was formed, finally stepping up here in the postseason. 1 game away from making it to grand finals, facing off against Blizzard, which I'm sure they won't be looking forward to, but they will definitely be looking forward to hopefully taking 1 more game in this series. A huge advantage, and if I'm Pinnacle, I'm feeling pretty good here. You got 3 more lives, and all they have to do is convert on 1 of those.
I mean, we've shown that 3 lives aren't fallable merely, as a rival had 4 and they weren't able to put it away. And I mean, if you're Pinnacle, you can't have that in the back of the mind. You can't have the thought that you might lose here. You just need to put this one away and punch your ticket to grand finals.
They will be looking to do just that. The defense can remain as solid as it has been. It's going to be a difficult task for Venganza, but clearly not impossible. Although, to be fair, we have never had a reverse sweep in the Titan League. Almost had one against the Krakens, actually, on Saturday, but that one did not come to fruition. But still, Venganza giving it all they've got, trying to make this happen. Pinnacle pressing the issue, but that's not a great touch. Ladog actually just getting a huge read, sends one to the back of the net.
The dog just read that man's soul, came off the sidewall, put in the back of the net, and Deluxe not able to get back in time. And I mean, that's how you want to start coming off the timeout, really.
They might have a 2-game advantage, but they have to remember these players are no slouches. They are still at the top of the rival league, making it all the way to the semifinals, and they will not be anxious to return back to out of the postseason. As Deluxe with a nice shot here. Fishy doesn't get the best touch, but the follow-up is not quite there, and Sandy can't place his shot either. Venganza keep their 1-goal advantage alive, but this one coming through, this should actually be an open net, but Ladog can't quite get there in time. There was quite a bit, and Pinnacle just barely able to make it back. Deluxe getting a touch across. Edwin trying to send it center, and this one's a little bit suspicious. The dunk coming out. Ladog has to remain calm on the goal line. Just barely keeping that one out of the net, but things are still a bit suspicious for them. Ladog trying to get a bump, trying to go for the pass instead, kind of fakes out going for the bump. Some jalopy play in the midfield here. Somehow Venganza do come out on top, and it's Fishy trying to make the solo play happen. Venganza, you know, they've been in this position before. They've taken leads, only converting on 1 game so far, but can they hold on to this lead? The defense has not been a strong point for them so far.
Absolutely. I mean, if they're going to win this series, and if they're going to take it to Blizzard in the grand finals, they need to get something on defense, because, I mean, Blizzard's just on another level in terms of offense. And, I mean, if Venganza can't get something going defensively here, even if they do somehow make the comeback and win against Pinnacle, they're not going to win against Blizzard.
That is looking rough. That's a huge triple 50 there, I think, as the ball just screams into the back of the net. 116 kph. Can't really ask for a better 50.
And Insanity and Edwin gonna get the, I believe that's a 75-25 on the defense. And that ball just screams in the back of the net, 72 miles an hour. And I don't know. Venganza just looking uninspired on defense so far. They're playing really good on offense, but they just have some things to fix on the defensive half.
And you know, when you're fighting as hard as you are in Venganza, wait, that's just gonna go in. Actually, the defender pre-jumped a little bit early there. Expected a high shelf shot, but Fishy getting enough power, and it gets past Edwin.
And Edwin just not expecting that one. Fishy gonna sneak it by him. And Venganza's gonna retake the lead here.
And, well, what I was saying was, when you're Venganza and you're getting this many shot opportunities, not able to convert on them, you can get a little bit frustrated and also a little bit impatient, which leads to mistakes on defense. Seems like something that has been happening quite a bit in this series. They can clean those up. It's surely time. Deluxe tries to get the pass down. That one off the backboard. Not able to be put away, and Bubs will come out on top. The 50 is good as well. Insanity in a tough spot here, and Bubs trying to make the read, but the 50 will go out. Now it's Edwin with the opportunity. Tries to just shoot, but Fishy manages to make the defensive touch. Venganza turtled up in their net, but they will manage to get the clear out. Transitioning into offense themselves. This one's awkward. 2 go from Pinnacle, and Fishy trying to capitalize. Can't get it center. And maybe another bit of an overcommit there from Venganza, but Ladog with a nice touch regains control, trying to get it through Deluxe. Can't quite find it. As this game progresses, Venganza, if they've figured out their defensive errors, then things might get a little bit sketchy for Pinnacle.
Absolutely. I mean, if Venganza starts playing well on defense, then that's a force to be reckoned with. It was never their offense they've had trouble with. They've been putting shots on target. But it was just their defense that was a little suspect at times. But, I mean, if Venganza finds a way to shore that up, that is a very dangerous roster move.
And if Pinnacle can tie here, they might have a chance of not going to a Game 6, but it's going to take some work. Only 20 seconds left. Edwin getting his boost stolen. And Venganza seems to have taken control of this game number 5 here. Ladog with this shot. And Venganza, Ladog putting one home to secure the game victory.
And I mean, just Dog securing his ticket at least to Forbidden Temple, where I, the craziest things happen.
Yeah, we all know anything can happen on Forbidden Temple. It never seems to really favor any specific team, but one thing is for sure, we have another crazy game ahead of us. As Bubs puts in another one, just another momentum goal, trying to get things going in their favor. And Pinnacle now, they've lost 2 games now. Not consecutively, but still, you have to feel like they might be getting a little bit shook here.
Absolutely. I mean, if I'm Pinnacle, I want to nip this one in the bud right away. Maybe, I mean, they might consider taking the timeout here. Like, they might want to save it for Game 7, but I mean, Game 7, the nerves are so high. You just want to finish it off in a Game 6 and then punch your ticket there.
And so far, 2 players from Pinnacle have raid up. It looks like they're thinking about the timeout. Potentially, actually, no, all of them ready up. No timeout necessary. They just want to go on, and they want to try to close this one out in 6. It seems like either they still feel confident that they can, or they just don't want to take a break. They want to keep playing.
Absolutely. I mean, the stream's already behind me. We can't keep it slacking.
This is true. This is true. We gotta close this one. Come on, Pinnacle. I'm not just saying this because I'm in your org, but we gotta close this one out so that we could get the stream back on track. What are you guys doing? Off the bat, though, it'll be Fishy with the first opportunity, looking for the pass. The dog there. Bubs can't quite make the shot. No finish, but that one very close to going in. Already some chances for Venganza right off the bat. Bubs getting this one through. The bump almost good, but Pinnacle staying alive, trying to break out of their half. Insanity will get a clear, but it's very short-lived. Although Edwin sending it right back. This one sent middle, and Insanity versus Ladog on the 50. Ladog gets the better. Not the best touch defensively. It will get dropped down. Insanity clears it, and he's staying patient, staying strong. Ladog trying to get the touch out, but it's straight to Edwin, who gets a nice 50. Bubs getting the beat. Looking for the air dribble. Deluxe will manage to block it out. And Forbidden Temple so far hasn't delivered any of the theatrics.
Oh my.
Although that was almost an incredible double touch by Ladog. This one's still high, still dangerous. Deluxe manages to get the clear. So far, I mean, we've just seen what we've seen a lot, which is Pinnacle stuck in their half. But this time, it looks like Venganza is bound to score eventually. Already so many shots coming out. Maybe not registered, but the amount of pressure is palpable.
Absolutely. I mean, Pinnacle finding ways to make saves on defense. They've had valiant efforts, but I mean, if Venganza keeps this one up, a goal in the back of Pinnacle net is imminent.
It does look like it, but still has not come to fruition. And we've seen this position several times this series. Venganza having difficulty scoring, and Insanity can't quite make the read. That was a huge opportunity for Pinnacle. They haven't really had many of those in this game. Instead, it will be Ladog sending this one through. Deluxe with a backflip, trying to get a 50, and he will find it. That shot was a big opportunity again, but Pinnacle, now that they've dropped a couple games, they're starting to look a bit shaky. That one not quite going through, but Pinnacle need to calm down here, or else their defense still looks phenomenal. They're keeping everything at bay, but on offense, they're making some unforeseen errors.
They really are. I mean, just double commit after double commit. And I mean, so far, 0 shots in half the game nearly. They need to find some pressure, because so far it's just been the Venganza show.
And Venganza will be looking to put on even more pressure, already with 5 shots, but nothing to show for it. Hasn't been easy for them to score, and that remains the same. Edwin with a touch off the sidewall, and Sandy has to get the beat here. He does manage to, and Edwin will get the touch. Can't quite find the double, and Sandy can't get the touch, but the shot off of Bubs, using Bubs as the backboard for the basketball net, and somehow Pinnacle manages to score.
And I could have sworn Insanity was putting that in the back of the net. It looks like Bubs may have expected the same thing. he was just caught lacking, and Edwin just going to Goomba the ball down, and ricocheted off Bubs to get the first goal of this pivotal Game 6.
And that is not great. If you're Venganza, all of a sudden, you start to wonder. You've had so much pressure, so many opportunities. None of them have resulted in goals. Meanwhile, Pinnacle, 0 shots and 1 goal. Yeah, I mean, you can't ask for better shooting percentage than that. They've just remained so good on defense, not letting anything through so far, but there's still time for Venganza to break through, and Sandy will bring this one back. Trying to control, gets a touch off the sidewall, going for the angle. Bubs is waiting, actually misses his touch. That's going to be a free shot. Bubs will get it out, and a nice touch by Fishy. Led up mid, and Sandy has to get the beat here. Does manage to, and now it's Pinnacle piling on the pressure. They have the 1 goal advantage. They don't want to allow Venganza a way back into this game, a way back into the series. This one bouncing once again in front of the net, but Pinnacle not letting anything through. Deluxe getting this one clear. Bubs will have the touch. Venganza remaining, but they just can't find the offense, and now missed touches coming out. Venganza is beginning to panic here.
Yeah, no, I mean, the offense that was so alive. The Lux going to further secure this Game 6. Potentially. I mean, we've seen Venganza come back, but I mean, with 40 seconds left, they need to dig down and find their way out, because Pinnacle is 40 seconds away from the grand finals.
And Pinnacle seem to have won the war of attrition. They've kept the ball out of their net and capitalized on the very few opportunities that they have had. Only 30 seconds remain. They just have to keep this ball out of Venganza's hand. They certainly wouldn't say no to another goal, but that one will not be. Venganza just have to go here. They have to try to get it going quickly. Deluxe up for this one, a big 50. The time ticking away. If Venganza can't get possession, that's probably wraps, and it really should be Pinnacle going to be heading to the grand finals off of an incredible defensive performance.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if you told me Pinnacle, I mean, I'm in their org, but I mean, if you told me Pinnacle was making the grand finals, at the beginning of playoffs, I can't say I would believe you. But they really did step up in these past 2 games, fought their way to the grand finals, and now they have I believe it's a season 5 rematch against Blizzard.
Wait, so what season was that? Sorry, Austin, you cut out. Yes, it was season 5 where these 2 teams faced off, and that was the start of Blizzard's run. They've won 2 back-to-back. Blizzard looking for the three-peat. All that stands in their way is a Pinnacle roster. You know, Pinnacle did a great job shutting down the offense of Venganza, but Blizzard, like you said already, is a whole different beast. We'll have to look forward to that one, though, on next Saturday. For now, we are pretty far ahead of schedule, so we will need to throw it to a break pretty quickly here. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Hope you're enjoying the games. I know I most certainly am. And we will be right back after this short break.
See ya.
started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back for our final matchup of the night as we are heading to the Rival League, where we have Blaze and we have Distortion, two teams who pulled off first round upsets, and now Speed Demon. They are one win away from heading to the Grand Finals.
Yeah, Grand Finals, everyone's dreaming. Everyone hopes to end up there at the beginning of the season. And now, they are in the semifinals fighting for the last spot and a chance to go up against the number one Hydra team, who is, honestly, they've struggled a little bit in their series. They've come out with a couple close wins, but they have struggled. So, the winner of this, if they can come out really hot, they're looking to try to take down that Hydra team that, just coming out a little too slow in their games.
Yeah, it's definitely one that I know these guys are going to have their eyes on, but not before this series here, as we've got a good one. Blaze, the 6th seed. Distortion is a 7th seed. Run a little behind, so we're probably going to get right into things. Speed. Quickly give us maybe a little brief summary about these teams, and who are you picking to advance to the Grand Finals against Hydra?
I think I got to give the advantage to Distortion, since how the Blaze technically they advanced off of a forfeit win. So I think I got to give it to Distortion. And plus, they just played the other night and they found their stride towards the end. So I'm hoping they can continue that into this match.
We'll have to see. The Blaze got that forfeit win over Kings. Distortion ended up with that clutch victory there, and they advanced. So they are here to go. After taking down the Pineapples in that Game 7, a crazy one there, and we will see who will perform excellently here and send themselves to the Grand Finals. We got Blaze, we got Distortion, Blaze in the orange, Distortion in the white. We got Crafty Damas, Little Roberto, Young Netty for Blaze, and we got Nikoloo, Zap, and Sense on Distortion. A lot of well-known names in the rivalry. Speed.
Yeah, a lot of well-known names. The only one I really don't know much about is Mr. Crafty Dominus. But other than that, everyone I've seen and casted before, and Young Netty was in my org last season as well on a nice team that did pretty well. So I know what he can do. And all their skill sets, they're all just crazy. As a shot's gonna come up by Sense, and it's gonna get saved away with Lil Rubatu, and I'm expecting a little high offensive paralysis here in this series.
We'll have to see as this series continues on. Will Distortion be able to continue their ways, or will Blaze be able to kind of show us what's up? As the net is wide open here, Nikoloo just has to put it on target, he misses it. Oh my goodness, the wide open net, but can he redeem himself trying to take it in? He shoots and he scores. Oh my goodness.
Wow, Nikoloo, that's definitely huge for him. Unfortunate that he missed that first one, but to be able to bounce back and get that redemption instantly, it doesn't let that affect his mental too much. He ended up getting that and putting that away. And for this Distortion team, I think Nikoloo is going to be the huge factor. We saw his defensive touches in that last series on Saturday not go so well, and he ended up, making a lot of passes to the other team that led to goals. So I think he's definitely going to be the huge factor here for this Distortion team. If he can play well all around, they should do just fine and should edge out Blaze, I believe, in the win here.
He's definitely one of those guys at the beginning of the season that we thought would be a huge performer. He was way back in Nemesis in season 1, actually. Making his return here. Gonna make something happen. Is this ball sent across? Looking for a shot on Blaze. Not gonna go. Sorbetu has sent it to the side. This ball popped up. Young Netty towards the center, trying to find 50. He can't quite make it go through. And we're pushing halfway point. Speed, and Blaze still looking to get on the board here. They have not scored or played a playoff game yet. And they're still looking for the first goal.
Yeah, they are looking for their first goal, and they've only so far come out away with 2 shots. Both of them on target though, so having to make Distortion make saves, just not able to get too much pressure going so far, and Distortion just out edging them with only 4 shots, but one of them coming out, 2 of them coming out from Nicolou, missing a wide open net, and then able to put it in. So as Nicolou's gonna put another one on, and that one's gonna go just wide, but a big clear out comes from Crafty. He's looking to follow this one up, gets the dunk, going towards the middle, but Zap's gonna clear this one away, and they're still putting on the pressure, just not quite able to get much going right now.
Was this one going to hit off the backboard? Hayes was trying to find that one through, but not quite meant to be. This ball off to the side now. Going to pop up. Distortion trying to stay with it. Send it off the backboard. Open net opportunity. Nicolou puts it home. He's not going to miss that one. And Distortion up by 2.
Yeah, Nicolou, you give him a second open net, and he's definitely not going to miss that one. And Sen's almost looking for the goal himself, but that one's going just wide, and he can't follow the double touch. But, good rotations, good teamwork, good communication, I'm sure. And Nicolou's got his back, and Sens is definitely happy about that one, as they are going to go up early. And Nicolou, off the kickoff, is going to secure his hat trick already, and they're going to take a 3-0 lead with only 1:30 left here.
Yeah, this one just pops over a little bit too, and Nicolou, he's not going to miss that one as he sends it in the back of the net. And yeah, 3-0 in favor of Distortion. They are looking good here, and this is how you started out. It's kind of showing speed. They made that run through the play-in tournament. And it's 150 off the net there. Almost able to find through, but not quite. And maybe this is an experience. They've had to play in tournament games. They had their first playoff game. And maybe it's coming to hurt Blaze a little bit for not getting that experience in.
Yeah, and I haven't seen if Blaze has been posting in looking for scrims or if they've just been running ranked, but it looks like they haven't maybe played too much together as a team, or maybe some high competition, because they are looking a little flat-footed, and you can definitely tell that's definitely taken a toll on them so far early on in this series.
Yeah, a lot of it, you got to come back into a playoff game. Any sort of playoff game, there's going to be a little bit of nerves. And, you got to come in, got to overcome those nerves. Maybe Blaze not quite used to it yet. In here on stream, looking for a playoff win. So sent back into the Blaze zone as the seconds tick away. Blaze gonna have to try to find 3 if they're able to win this game number 1, but otherwise it could be Distortion. And this one gonna pop off the ceiling. Crafty Domus puts it home, and Blaze finally on the board.
And Mr. Young Netty hit the weight room, gets a 50 dunk beautifully, and Crafty Dominus there to secure that, and 2 goals, 15 seconds apiece roughly. It is doable, but they're just starting to find their stride, so they gotta hopefully continue that here. But Young Netty looking to make something happen, and gonna get demoed, and Crafty Dominus is gonna try to start that counterattack that they so desperately need right now.
We're gonna have to try to make something happen. Final seconds ticking away here. Blaze need 2 goals if they're gonna want a chance in this one. This one popped up. Young Netty trying to take it to the corner. This one going to be banged away, and Distortion have an opportunity to shoot at net potentially, but they're going to send it up too far. But it may not matter. There's a time ticking away in this ball in the Blaze zone. That is going to do it here for game number 1. Distortion is going to come out with the win. This ball just going to stay up. Sense trying to keep it, maybe looking for one more, but Blaze looking to set that one down. Zap now keeping up, trying to close it off there. Is this one looking for the redirect? Not quite. Distortion, they're going to win 3-1 in game number 1, and they're going to start this series off with a win.
Yeah, and Distortion, like I said, they found their stride at the end there. Nicolou struggled, but he did not struggle early on in this game, as he did come away with a hat trick, 5 shots, and a save. And, on top of that leaderboard for his team. But the important part here for Blaze is that they were able to find a goal, get their first goal of the playoffs, get their first game under the belt. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to come out here in this second game and, take what they've seen, get that pressure that off of their chest of their first playoff game, and see if they can, start carrying a little bit more in this second game.
We'll have to see as we are heading into our next game. And Speed, I'm curious, what do you need to see from Blaze as we head into this one?
Well, they got a lot of shots on, but they didn't really get many of the follow-up opportunities. They were making Distortion make the saves, but they weren't really there to follow anything up. But Distortion also was doing a good job on saving them away and keeping them out of the dangerous positions. So I really think I need to see more passing plays and them try to get that distortion defense moving so they're not just sitting in the net making those saves.
Ooh, as this one is going to go in, Blaze, they are going to start it off with the first goal and their first lead of the series.
And again, both their goals so far coming off of nice dunks, and then, you know, someone there and to put it away for them, which that one was actually an own goal by Nicolou. And Young Netty's definitely going to thank that one. They get the early lead here in game number 2. They get their second goal of the playoffs, and they're looking for another one as Crafty Dominus is going to put that one off the corner post, but he's able to follow it up and put it away for their second.
Young Netty from the skies. He just took out Nicolou. I don't even know how he demoed him there. That was a menace behavior right there. And Crafty Dominus, a little bit sketchy, but they put it in 2-0 with 4:20 remaining. And Blaze, that is how, you know, you're going to start it off strong.
Yeah, Blaze definitely does start that one off strong. And I didn't also realize that demo had come out as Nicolou is going to loft one up, looking for a potential double tap, but he doesn't even need it, as it's just going to get over the defender's head and go under that crossbar. And little Roberto, I think, also was looking for that to go up off the backboard.
They might have thought that one was hitting the backboard, but for distortion, they are happy to put that one in. We got 3 goals already. Not even a minute into this game number 2. As maybe Blaze starting to finally get their footing underneath them. Zap trying to pop this one up. This one sends up high. Nicolou looking for it towards the backboard, but not quite going to go as Young Netty denies it away. Little Roberto in the corner, popping it off the backboard. Looking for a bump there. Not quite going to find it as Nicolou sends it down towards the backboard. Sense dives in, passing this one up Nicolou, and the bump from Sense comes through, and they tie it up at 2 apiece.
And that's just beautiful play right there by Sense all around. Beautiful pass middle, reading the play, gets the bump on the goalie, and Nicolou, all he has to do is make a solid touch, put it on frame, and we got 4 shots in this game, and we have 4 goals in this game. So, you know, shooting percentage is looking pretty good so far by both teams, and, you know, they're honestly, both teams are playing really well. The other team is just beating them offensively and beating their defense.
What's performing well in this game is Crafty. Up to Roberto, but can't quite put it in. And it's been an offensive showing in this game number 2. Both these teams finding their way along. This one in the midfield looking for a shot, but Crafty will get that one away. Into the corner, Nicolou sending high off the ceiling, trying to come in here. Blaze a little bit of a triple commit Sense, trying to get it out to a teammate, but Zap not quite prepared for that one. This one walked across in the midfield. Now things maybe slowing down just a little bit. And some shots coming out, but no goals. As here comes Zap looking for a shot, but just a little bit high. As he can't quite find that one. And still, Distortion starting to put on a little bit of a clinic here as a shot comes through. Roberto makes a save, and Speed Distortion, they are just firing on all cylinders. They're trying to put a shot in the back of the net.
Yeah, and they are trying to put shots on the back of the net. Unable to quite find it, and kind of surprising because Zap's accuracy was superb on that Saturday matchup. So it's kind of weird to see him, you know, get 2 shots and not quite as accurate as we saw the other day. But, you know, you coming out here, they're playing hard, they're doing everything they can. They're holding a lot of the pressure so far in the second half of this game, as Sense is trying to look for the bump as the ball is floating towards the net and unable to get there in time. And Crafty Dominus is now going to send this one to the corner. He's going to look for a double up zone, and he's going to send that one wide.
Minute 50 now coming in. These 2 teams tied at 2 apiece. Distortion winning game number 1, but Blaze has battled back here. We're up 2-0 to start this game, but Distortion, they have also battled back in this game. They were able to tie things up, and now they're looking for more. Here's this ball in. The Crafty Dominus is going to make it an open net here, but they can't quite put it on. Looking for the turn. Demo attempt comes through. Not quite going to come to fruition. As Nicolou is going to clear this one away. In minute 20 Speed, neither of these 2 teams can find the back of that. We thought it was going to be a high-scoring affair after they scored 4 goals in near the first minute, but 0 since then, and it may just come down to 1 more to seal this game too.
And the way it's looking right now is both teams finally locked solid on defense. They got their eyes on the prize right now. They know that defense wins games. They've already put a couple goals in, so they're just waiting for the defense on the other team to make the mistake, because they know, just like you said, the next goal is probably going to seal the deal here in game number 2. Is Brato is trying to put one on, but it's just wide. And Nicolou's going to send this one down on the counter, but that's also going to be wide. Tries to put another one off of the 50, and that one's going to go wide as well. And Young Nutty's going to collect this one and try to escape their defensive zone.
Trying to get it out is opportunities for both sides here. So down to the final 30 seconds of game number 2. This is a best of 7. The spot in the grand finals on the line. This ball popping up in the midfield, but Nicolou clear it away. Crafty gonna get it by 1, trying to pop it up over 2, but ball just floating in the midfield. Here comes Ned. Has to clear it down as the time's ticking away. Final 10 seconds. A miss comes through. Blaze has an opportunity. Nicolou, it was shut it down for a second. This ball popping high. A huge pitch. Lofting the distortion end. Trying to get something going here. This one's sent down by Nicolou. Roberto. He can't quite ground this ball across, but it's going to touch the ground, and we have overtime in game number 2.
Oh, that was scary looking. I thought that sent across the down that was going to happen, but Crafty Dominus, it doesn't matter. They scared me right before the end of regulation, but they're going to end up taking the lead series and evening it up here, and they're going to end up winning their first game of the playoffs.
Blaze finally able to come through. A huge monkey off their backs as they come through with this win in overtime. Only 5 seconds in to overtime, they clutch up, and they are going to take that victory. And now with Speed, we officially got ourselves a series on our hands, as both these teams, they've traded back-to-back wins. Distortion winning the first one in pretty dominant fashion, and then Blaze coming back in the second one. And Nicolou, the only one on Distortion that seemed to do anything that game. No offense to Zap and Sense, but I mean, look at the scoreboard. I mean, just Nicolou said his name the entire time, and it looks like for me, Speed, we're going to have to see some more from Zap and Sense if Distortion is going to want to avoid this Blaze onslaught.
And I 100% agree with you. It's great to see Nicolou starting the series off on all cylinders, but he's going to need some help from his teammates if Distortion wants to, try to end up winning this series. As we're seeing all-around team play come out from Blaze, as I believe they were all within about 30 points in that last game. So spreading the love around on that Blaze team and Distortion, you clearly see Nicolou way above for them. So you definitely need someone else to step up and really help out Nicolou and take some of that load off of his back.
Really do. And Distortion, they've had those opportunities. They've played like that all season long. A little bit up and down season, but definitely some great players here with Zap and Sense. Just need to combine and something happen here, but we'll have to see as we're in the game 3 here. This series tied at 1 apiece. This ball popped up. Young Nettie taken towards the net, looking for the dunk, but Zap, a huge save on the goal line, stepping up there on the defensive end. Nicolou in the midfield can be stomped out. This ball popping up high. Crafty gonna leave it for Ned. This ball in the corner. The Sense can't quite connect here as Nicolou trying to get to it. Take it to the side here. Trying to make something happen. Wiggling around a little bit there. He's just trying to get it and gonna find the bump on the defensive end there. Looking to make something happen. And again, this is not like your game 2 there, Speed, where we had so many goals in quick succession. This one's scoreless as they're about a minute and a half gone by.
Yeah, and both teams only coming out. Well, the second shot just now coming out for the Blaze, but only 3 shots in a minute and a half into this game, where we had already seen 4 goals in the last game on perfect shooting percentage. So looks like both teams' defenses are starting to really heat up. They're starting to lock down. They're minimizing their mistakes, which is something that you need to see. You're in the semifinals game. You expect really good offense and really good defense to come out from both teams, and that's what we're starting to see right here.
They really are. The defense more so than the offense. This one, a huge demo comes through, but great clear comes away. A little Roberto. Yeah, the defense is locking down here in this one. It's become a defensive showdown. And Nettie gonna pop it up off the ceiling, looking to stay with it. Can they find another touch? They're gonna loft up an opportunity here with Distortion. Gonna pinch clear that one away. It's Crafty sending off to the side. Distortion looking to come through here. A demo comes out. Zap can't connect. Nicolou and Sense not quite ready for that one. Is Crafty going to send it down awkward? And Distortion racing back on defense. Crafty in the midfield looking for a shot, but Sense denies it away, picking up the Savior medal to his name. And again, try to make some action happen, Speed, on both ends, but the defense is too strong. But wait a minute, this ball gets 15 right over back to who scores.
Yeah, and it looked like a little bit of a double commit. Zap and Zap and Sense both looking to get that 50 attempt that went to the middle of the field and leaving it wide open as they lost the 50 attempt as well. And, you know, Lil Roberto right there yet again, and he's just going to secure that wide open goal. And 2 minutes left, still plenty of time for Distortion to bounce back and get going here. But we talked about Nicolou needing one of his teammates to step up, and Zap has done that on the defensive end. He's just got to get, Nicolou's got to also step up with him still. They can't just be one player on this team that's trying to do everything. As a beautiful shot comes out by Crafty, and he's going to get sent away by Zap yet again.
They're trying, they're working hard here, looking for something. But Blaze holding on to this lead. So down the final minute and a half here, Distortion looking to come back here. This ball popped up with Crafty. He's going to send it away to the side. Nicolou in the midfield. Roberto bumped off of it. Zap trying to turn it around. Sense now up off the backward. Sense looking for the double tap. Send it down the midfield. But it's not quite going to go. So that could have been an opportunity. Not quite meant to be, as Blaze holding on. Minute 8 remaining. This ball sent up Crafty in the midfield. Zap looking out for Nicolou. Nicolou gonna bang it down towards the net. Roberto on the goal line. It was harassed, was still able to get it off here. That one cleared away. That was a huge opportunity there, Speed, for Distortion.
Yeah, it really was. He sends down at the end of the field, trying to get the bump, get it the demo, get something to get the defender out of position, and he stands strong as now Blaze trying to clear this one back out into Distortion's defensive zone, and they're looking for one more. Crafty Dominus looking for the flip off the wall. Can't quite make the read, as now Distortion's going to come on the counter attack, and Sense dribbles past one, beats one defender, not able to get it. Nicolou into the corner, and he's going to accidentally hit that one backwards, but yet Zap is still there to try to keep this one going alive for Distortion, but no, it's going to get cleared up by Blaze.
Final 10 seconds. That was a huge opportunity. Distortion have an open net there. They're sending it all the way. It's going to go in. Zap takes it home, and Distortion tied up with only 7 seconds remaining.
Ooh, and that scared me. I thought Sense was trying to redirect that one in, thinking that might have been off target or there was a defender there, but it looked like good comms came out by Zap telling him to let it go because that one was clearly in.
Yeah, that one did get a little bit sketchy, but Distortion happy to take that, and oh my goodness, his ball's floating up, the net open, and Distortion out of nowhere. They were down by 1 with 8 seconds remaining, and now they're up by 1 with 2 seconds remaining.
And that is, championship caliber team right there. It may be down late, but they're able to bounce back and then take the lead not only 5 seconds later, and they just have to hold off a kickoff and survive the next 2 seconds. But Blaze, they're going to be hungry for this. But Zap is going to get the dunk, looking for the double, and no, he doesn't even need it. And that ball is controversial, but it didn't really matter anyways, as that is going to go in, though, and give and secure Distortion this Game 3 and a 2-1 series lead.
The ball may have touched the ground there, but it wouldn't have mattered as Distortion Speed. Oh my goodness, 3 goals in the final 8 seconds. Final 7 seconds, actually. 3 goals, 7 seconds, Speed. And they come back from 1-0 and win that game. And, I mean, wow, that one, if you're Blaze, that one is going to leave a little bit of a mark, I'd say.
It really is. Zap, I definitely, that this game is on his shoulders, coming out with the 2 goals, 4 huge saves. That's the big part right in this game is Zap stepped up. He helped out, and he got picked up 4 massive saves for this Distortion team to keep Blaze at bay and only hold them to the 1 goal. And Blaze, they were firing shots left and right, too. They had 5 shots, and Zap sent away 4 of them.
Yeah, we asked someone else to step up besides Nicolou. Nicolou not even needed it. It was Zap here. You're exactly right. 2 goals, 4 saves from Zap, and Sense was even on the board as well, putting in the 3rd one for Distortion. So, really, Distortion... really putting in a team effort, and Blaze, I mean, those are the ones, Speed, that just hurt you. And how do you recover? How do you come back here heading into this one after you're so close to taking the series lead 2-1, but now you find yourselves down 1-2 in a game 4.
Yeah, and that one, it really does sting, but you know, you got to keep your head up. You had them for the majority of the match. You got to keep that in mind, and you got to also realize that you're not down more than one game in the series. And these best of sevens, they are, you know, as we always say, they're a marathon, they're not a sprint. So being down only one game, it's not a big, you know, too hard on the mental, as long as you have a strong mental as a team and you have someone to really communicate that with you guys. So they should just be able to keep playing like they're doing and kind of brush that game off their shoulders, and they should be just fine.
We'll have to find out if they've got the mental. Is this one a shot from Sense? Not quite able to go. Is another shot going to go off the post? Distortion ringing out here in game number 4. Sense now off the backboard, going to send this one out. Nicolou blocking in the midfield. There's an opportunity here. Zap looking to send it down. What can Zap do? Zap can take it all the way.
And he does take it all the way. And that is set up right there by a back end demo by Sense, as, you know, he did clear out that third man, and Young Netty and Crafty both had to try to race back as that air dribble was going over their heads and not able to get there. And, you know, that's really set up right there by Sense, clearing out that back end defender.
And both these teams, a lot on the line in this series. Obviously a grand finals berth, but both these teams pulling off that first round upset. And we've never seen these teams this low speed able to make it to the grand finals. We saw the 6th seed Vortex way back in season 3 against Gravelords. They ended up winning it all. Actually, I don't remember if they won it all or not. It was close. My memory's blanking on that one, but they made it to the grand finals at least in season 3. But a 7 seed in the rival league has never made it to the grand finals. So a lot at stake with these two teams. Oh my goodness, Netty's gonna find a quick angle.
Yeah, and he's going to get the little Doomsy. Great little solo play by Young Netty. And it's important that they get and tie this up early, and they did, giving themselves 3 minutes. You know, we're back at an even-keeled game here, and they've looked, like I said, they've looked really good this whole series so far, other than game 1, and it was their first playoff game. So, you know, we'll give them a little bit of a, you know, a break on that one. But other since then, they've come out hot, and they're hungry for it, just like Distortion is. And this is going to definitely be a series, and it's going to go either way at this point right now.
Yeah, both these teams really battling and impressively. I just want to correct myself here. Vortex did not win in season 3, but they were the runner-up, so lowest seed ever in rival league to make it to the grand finals. Distortion trying to be that 7 seed to make a run, and even an 8th seed in the play-in tournament. They upset Chimeras to make it and steal that 7 seed away. Looking for some more huge performances here throughout the rest of this series. Now approaching halfway into game number 4. This ball stopped in the midfield. And a little bit of a miscommunication there as that one sent back off to the sidewall. Zap off the backboard. Zap looking for the double tap. Zap puts it in, and Zap is stepping up. They stepped up huge against the Pineapples, and they are stepping up huge now, and it keeps 3 in game 4.
Yeah, and Zap does not miss those. As soon as I saw him go off the wall and he was going to have a read on that first hit, I knew the double tap was incoming, and he got a little help by Nicolou there, getting the demo, but it didn't even look like he needed the help because the defender was still not even close to the back post there, and Zap is just going to look and score his, I believe, his 4th goal in the last 2 games. So, you know, he's really starting to heat up, and that was something we were looking for, is someone else to heat up, and Zap is really heated up now, as he's going to put in a 3rd goal, and he's going to find himself a hat trick like Nicolou did in that first game.
Yeah, Zap, that is his 5th goal in the last 2 games, and the man is putting his presence on the field here. We talked about, we saw Nicolou only in those first 2 games, but it's been Zap in the next 2 games. And this is one of those things, Speed, that you have to have. You have to have a roster that can have everyone contribute at any time, any game. And right now, you know, with Nicolou in the first 2 games, Zap in the last 2 games, you can tell that these guys have the opportunity to, you know, have everyone contribute.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of having a team is, you know, a team may shut down one player because they popped off, but you have another one who's going to step right in their place. And, you know, they seem to be shutting down Nicolou at the last 2 games, but Zap is stepping up, and, you know, they're going to have to start shutting down Zap, and then you have to worry about Nicolou again and Sense. Sense is sitting there, and he hasn't done too much. He's been crucial. He's doing the little things that he needs to do. He hasn't really been involved in too many of the big scoring plays per se, but he's sitting there on the sidelines just waiting for his turn, and he can.
Definitely Sense a great player as well. This game is heading Distortion's way, but Blaze still have a minute to find two. They battled back before. Can they battle back here? Time ticking away. Bumped into the ceiling is Nikolai. This one sent up. Zap off the backboard, looking to chase it down here with Crafty. Able to set it up. Crafty looking for something, looking for the dunk, but Sense huge on the backboard defense, able to get that one away. As a demo comes through, this could open things up. Ball up in the midfield. Crafty looking for the shot. But not quite going to go. Little Betu going to pop that one up, but not quite meant to be. It's the time taken away. Blaze, another shot on net, but not going to go. Young Nettie really trying to power it through, but oh no! The pinch goes all the way, and Pain has Sense gets another goal for Distortion.
Yeah, and you got to think that's the dagger here in this game number 4. But that is really Pain for Blaze. That was a great attempt right there. I thought he was going to be able to sneak that in right in front of the defender, but the defender steps up big, huge there, and ends up getting that pinch, and is going to send it all the way back as Blaze doing what they needed to do, sending the whole team, because at that point they needed 2 goals. So at that point you got to do what you can to try to get those 2 goals.
Really do. You had to send the house there, but it was not meant to be. Now Distortion, they are going to move to a 3-1 lead, and they're going to be 1 win away for the grand finals. They're trying to get 1 more for the road, but this could be it. Distortion could be the lowest seed in the rival league to ever make the grand finals, and now Speed only 1 win away, and Blaze is going to go ahead and call a timeout and try to regain.
Yeah, and they just got to really focus. And at this point, the way Zap's popping off these last 2 games, and the way that Nikolai popped off in the first 2 games, you really got to worry about just shutting down Zap. And why I say that is Nikolai, a lot of his stuff came off of team plays. It wasn't really many solo plays, but Zap has been solo playing all over them. So they got to shut down Zap. And if they can shut down Zap, they're shutting down 1 out of their Distortion's 3 players. And it's going to be harder for them to create those team plays while shutting down that 1 player. So I think that's going to be their biggest, key factor here, and to try to turn this series around, and just also clear minds, forget about the series right now and just play 1 game at a time.
You really got to have a strong mental here to try to battle back, but 3-1 lead, we've seen it done before. We saw Pinnacle come back from a 3-1 lead. We've seen many teams come back from that sort of deficit, so it's not out of reach by any means. But Blaze, they've got to start strong, and are they just they're just joining up here?
I think a lot of teams don't understand the point of the timeout. That you get the extra minute after the game.
Well, they don't care. They don't care. They called a timeout. They've got about 5 seconds worth of it, maybe 20 seconds, according to my watch there. So an interesting turn of events, but maybe Blaze, they just feel like they're ready. They just said, screw it, we're ready to go.
And maybe they did, and clearly they did, because they talked about it and they joined right up. So they got what they needed to say out, but it's not gonna matter, because again, Zap, the man of the hour, the man of the last 3 games, is gonna put in his 8th goal in this series already.
Yeah, I mean, this is just insane. The man is just stepping up. He needed the first 2 games to warm up, I guess. As I'm pretty sure in that last game, I think he had 3 goals, 1 assist, and a couple saves to his name. So the man was doing everything, and he's trying to do it all here again. Just the scoring machine from Zap as he's trying to will Distortion to the grand finals against their division rivals. As this one sent up into the midfield, and it would be crucial. Speed, this would be the first time we'd see Distortion make the grand finals, and what a story it could be. There's been so many times in past season, Speed, where Distortion, it seems like they're going to be good possibly, but they just can't clutch it up in the playoffs. But this this Distortion team from the beginning of the season, it felt different.
It really did. And you know, it's scary to see because you had Hydra, you knew they were going to be good. Distortion, you know, once everybody started seeing them play the first couple games, you're like, all right, Distortion's really good. And, you know, my org, the Knights, they're in the same conference as division as both of those teams. So it was definitely a little nerve wracking to see that. And now to see them fighting here, one game away from going and playing their divisional rivals, Hydra, in the grand finals is crazy to see that we're going to get, you know, a nice possible divisional matchup here in the grand finals.
We'll have to see. And this could be history for the Deviation Org. This would be their first team to make the grand finals. Zap is doing everything in his power. He just can't stop scoring.
Zap is a menace. And, you know, if this keeps going, you know, I'm scared to see what Saturday's going to look like if they make it there against that Hydra team, because you know Hydra's going to have to shut him down, and it's going to be really scary. But they still have to finish this one up, as Blaze has 3 minutes left to try to figure this one out. And we've seen them do it already. They just have to get back to their same form that they were in that game number 2.
If they had that form there, but giving that one in game 3, just a heartbreaker. But we know they can score. We know they can battle back. There is a lot of time still halfway here as they're trying to send it down. Can they turn it on net? No. Crafty Dominus just can, and another flick comes through from Nikolai. And Blaze, that was the opportunity, but not quite meant to be as this ball pops up over the top of Zap. It's sent down towards net. Nikolai on the dribble. Young Netty, an absolute wall, sets it up for Crafty Dominus and Blaze. They are not done yet.
No, they are not done yet. And again, another goal coming from Blaze off of a dunk on the defender. And the teammates rotate again beautifully, finishing that up, finishing that open goal, and giving themselves plenty of time to now fight back and get one more goal to at least tie this game up and potentially force an overtime and keep their season alive.
Yeah, it may be a 3-1 lead, but, you know, all of a sudden you win this game if you're Blaze. You're heading to game 6 or Bin Temple, and then win that one, game 7. So anything's possible. We've seen 3-1 leads go by the wayside numerous times. A pre-jump from Crafty Damas, as this one is sent off to the side. But Blaze, they are going to have to make some quick work here, as we're now under 2 minutes remaining. This could be the end of their season. They're not able to score here. This one sent back in the corner. Distortion popping up, looking to add some more insurance with Nikolai. Error touch right back in a sense. He's going to bang it down. Blaze caught out of position there. A shot from behind there. It's not going to go through. It's now this one out of the midfield. A bump attempt. Oh my goodness, they can't turn it on. That one could have been the potential dagger their speed, but Blaze counting their lucky stars, as now they still have some life here in game 5.
They have life. Nigloo making a beautiful attempt to make the bump. He gets it, but since just trying to get a little too fancy instead of just putting that one on target. And Blaze is going to definitely thank the Lucky Stars for that, as they were giving an opportunity here, and they have to capitalize on it, as a shot's going to come out by Lil Roberto, but that's going to be sent away by Nikolai, and he's going to pick up a savior medal. Ball's going to get cleared out. Young Netty's going to collect it, and he's going to try to take this back into the offensive zone and recreate another offensive presence.
They need to. Here comes Sense looking for a dagger. But the time taken away. Final 30 seconds. Blaze, they have to go. And they have to go now. Their season could be on the line. This ball sent towards the net. Zap has to race back. Gonna make the save just in time. But a huge demo came out. With this clear, even bigger as a shot. Just gonna go a little bit wide. And Blaze, they need a goal. They need a miracle here. Final seconds, looking for something. They find a 50. This ball popped up. 10 seconds now. A shot. A bump goes through. Young Netty puts it home off a huge bump. And Blaze, they live to fight some more.
Lil Roberto picking up a demo, not letting that defender get the ball in the corner, and then gets the bump and scared away, I believe, I don't know, I think that was Zap in the corner. Zap didn't pressure Young Netty there, and he thought he was going to be able to, you know, get back, make the easy save, and he gets cleared right out of the way. And now it looks like we're going to head into overtime, but Zap trying to end it off of the little defensive mistake, and he's not going to be able to do so, as this one's going to hit the ground, and we are going to see overtime here in game number 5, Rockerman.
Oh my goodness, we are going to see game 5 as Blaze, they battled back here. in this game. But Distortion looking for the end, but Zap, he can't quite hit it. And now the counterattack. Blaze looking to make it happen. Nicolou just on the goal line to save that one away. I thought for sure Zap was about to end it, like he's been doing in these last couple of games with Blaze. Just enough there to save it away. And now Dangerous in the midfield. Gonna be cleared out. Crafty on the dribble, trying to get my last defender. Zap, the only one there. Oh my goodness, this ball pops up by Young Netty, trying to get it in with Distortion, panicking on the backline speed. They just look a little bit scared right now.
They do look a little bit scared, and Blaze is firing on all cylinders. They are looking fast, they are looking strong, and they are looking hungry. They're boost stealing, they're getting physical. They want this. You can see how bad they want it, as this ball has been in their offensive half for a solid 45 out of this minute gone so far in the overtime. And Distortion, you can see the panic setting right now as they are struggling to get back, and they have no boost to get back. The ball's going to get sent out to the midfield there, and you know, Young Netty there just getting a touch on as he had 3 defenders up near him, and he's just going to put that one on. And they are going to secure game number 5 and keep their season alive and force the Forbidden Temple, where things are going to get crazy.
I sure hope so. Speed is, oh my goodness, this series, you know, I was a little bit concerned. I mean, they were down to it the final second, Speed, and their season was almost over. But you know, the timeout buff, I guess, if you will, it did just enough. They didn't use it all the way. You know, it was an interesting timeout buff. They called it just to call it, you know, why not? But they end up taking this win, and now they're going to force game 6 and take it one game at a time. Can they force the game 7, though? That is what we're going to be looking for as we're heading over towards Forbidden Temple.
Forbidden Temple, things always get crazy here, and I love Forbidden Temple. For that fact, I love it as a caster. I even love it as a player, because you just, you know, if things aren't going in your favor, that things can go in your favor. And, you know, that's definitely what Blaze is hoping for here. You know, they've struggled a little bit throughout the series. They struggled to start at that game number 5, but they bounced back. They were able to find it, but they also did get lucky. Distortion had a couple of great opportunities that, you know, they kind of squandered just a little bit. So, you know, they were given an opportunity here, and they are now hungry for it, and you saw that in the overtime there.
We are gonna see. It looks like we are. Oh my goodness, these guys. Oh my goodness. They don't know that you can just stay spectating now. So it looks like we're going to remake the lobby here, but we're waiting on one player there. But regardless, yeah, a lot of pressure on the line here as we're going to be heading to game number 6, and you know, for Blaze Speed, they have been, you know, they've just battled. I mean, it just seemed like there were so many times, you know, where their season was going to be over there, but they battled back, and you know, they were able to take the win there, and you know, that's sometimes all it takes. You just battle back from one game, and maybe you can build on it.
Yeah, and it looks like the physical play is definitely their play style, and it's something that we need to see them do here in game number 6. You know, we see them score a lot on dunk plays, you know, being right up in their face, getting physical. We saw them score there on the end on a bump and a demo play. So that is going to be their bread and butter, and they have to go back to that, as that's what's been working for them. And, you know, Distortion's kind of been sitting there like ducks. They're allowing them to get bumped. They're not moving too much on the defensive end, and they're not really expecting those bumps or demos to come in. So they gotta, you know, that's the weakness that they gotta pick on Distortion. If they're gonna allow them to get those, then, you know, that's what they gotta take.
We'll have to see if they can capitalize on that. Or will Distortion send themselves to the grand finals? Or will we see a game 7 here? It is time to find out, as things are underway here. Game 6 for Forbidden Temple Rivaling Semifinals. Zap is going to come up huge with the first save. We're going to have to see. You know, Speed, I think it's very crucial that Blaze comes out here and starts with the first goal. As, you know, they were able to battle back, but, you know, I feel like when you're down in the series, it's so crucial to get that first goal and try to get the momentum rolling in your favor.
It really is, and they got to keep that momentum rolling for a couple reasons to get that first goal. One, team that scores first, you know, it's like 85, 90% of the time they come away with the game win for one. And for two, with them winning that last game, if they can get the first one here, they may be able to really take the wind out of the sails here for this Distortion team and really start to make them panic. So that it's big for a couple reasons, Rockman, and I hope they can do it so we can get the content, we can get the game 7, and you know that's what I'm really hoping for.
Always love the content. Love to see some game 7s here in the playoffs, but this one, the most crucial game these guys have played all season long, maybe of their lives here, as spot in the grand finals is on the line. Zap blocking this one on Nikolai. Gonna send him to midfield. As a pinch attempt comes through. Crafty can't quite get the touch he's looking for. Ned gonna turn, sending this one up high, looking for the read, but Nikolai all over that one on the backboard. His ball sent up high, looking for this one. Crafty is there for the shot, just off the post there. Just tried to slot that one through. Not quite meant to be. It's now Distortion looking for the counterattack, but is sent back. Young Nettie just harassing in the midfield, and this one maybe going back to the earlier ways of this series speed, where it was, you know, a lot of feeling each other out in the beginning, a lot of low scoring affairs until towards the end.
Yeah, and you know, physical play comes out, gets the dunk, gets the demo, and then Lil Roberto's gonna get the double, and he's gonna give Blaze the first goal of this game, and you know, get it pretty early on, where try to take that wind out of the sail and let Distortion not, you know, start to have them panic. As you know, there's 3 minutes left, there's still plenty of time, but if they can hold this lead for another minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, you know, that's gonna start to make Distortion really panic.
Kind of get a little bit scary here, but Nikolai, oh my goodness, little Roberto on the goal line. He somehow pitched it up, another shot comes through, and this one's sent away. Is it open? Little Roberto looking for the shot, but it's not going to go, and back and forth. You thought it was going one way, then you thought it was going the other way. It turns out it's going no way, as we are still at a 1-0 ball game, but this one, maybe not for long. Nikolai has an opportunity for a shot, but no accuracy there. It's Blaze trying to get this one on another dunk attempt coming through. So we're down, nearing 2 minutes remaining. Distortion trying to get this one back. Trying not to go to game 7. This ball up in the midfield, Crafty. Just able to get a touch away. It's sent out of the midfield. Zap looking for the shot. Little Roberto on the goal line. A huge save from him. This one coming in neatly. Pops it up high. Nice touch from Crafty. So Roberto sends it down. The net is open, but they can't put it on target. Oh no, Speed, that one. It could have been the insurance goal they needed, but instead, we remain at 1-0.
Yeah, the insurance goal by Roberto trying to get one, tries to get the 50, unable to do so. Crafty, weak shot on net, and Nikolai's going to be there to try to send that one over, but Young Nettie's going to collect this one, send it over to the wall to Roberto. He's going to try to go for the ceiling shot, but he's not unable to do so. Now Nikolai on the counterattack, sends this one off the backboard. Young Nettie's going to clear this one out, and they're going to reset here as Young Nettie's looking for one, puts it on target, and Sense is going to send that one away. And right now, we just have an all-out a barrage here by both teams, Rockerman.
Yeah, really, and Distortion is going to come through. Nikolai off the passing plays. That hits him up, and Distortion 1-1 on the ones here in Game 6.
And again, the offense coming out by Zap for this Distortion team. We haven't really seen too much of Zap in that game number 5, so it's nice to see him getting warmed back up, getting his teammates involved too, as you know, that is going to be crucial to get his teammates feeling good. And for the rest of this series, as Lil Roberto is going to put a soft one on net, and he's unable to. He's looking for the double in the rebound. He's unable to get it on target end, but he's going to get the bump on Zap. And Sense is going to send this away, but right back to little Young Nettie. And Zap's going to take that one in the corner and send it up. But Lil Roberto gets up and meets this one, puts that one on target. Double movement comes out by Distortion, and now they're going to take possession.
About 40 seconds. We've seen some hero ball in the last seconds in multiple games here. Some last-second heroics. Do we have some more in us? The next goal is surely going to win this game. Is this ball shot towards the net, but not going to go. Final 25 seconds. Blaze, they need to score. Try to force this game 7 with Distortion, looking to end the series and make it to the grand finals. Here comes a touch. Young Nettie over the top of one. It's just Nikolai back. Niku though gonna catch it, carry it to the side. By one, but bumped off of it. This ball in the midfield. 50 comes up, final second, take it away. Distortion looking for it. But this one's sent back, and they are gonna play for overtime speed. We have extra time to decide who could potentially be going to the grand finals.
We got golden goal time, and nothing gets better than a Game 6 Forbidden golden goal. And Zap looking to end it early. He gets the bump, he gets the demo while sitting in front of Blaze's net, but no one's there for Distortion. They don't want to overcommit, which is the smart decision, but, you know, they had 2 defenders back, so it would have been nice to see one of them try to push up and put that one in.
That one could have been the opportunity they needed, but instead now it's Blaze looking back on the attack. This ball sent towards him, and Niku just there in time. This ball popped up. Blaze for the shot off the backboard, but Niku makes the huge save on the goal line. That one could have been it. Could have forced the game 7. Crafty for the shot, but Zap stalwart on the defensive end. This ball off the sidewall now. Zap looking to send it down. The pressure is on both these teams. Distortion. A goal will send them to the grand finals. Blaze. A goal will send them to game 7. This ball off the backboard. Crafty. A huge defensive stand. Is they able to get that one away? Pot shot goes towards net though. The Robetu sends it down. Now Blaze on the attack. An opportunity here. Send it up, but Distortion just in time to make things happen. And both these teams, Speed. We saw Distortion. They had their opportunity, just couldn't quite convert. But here comes Blaze. Crafty Damas puts it home, and we're heading to game 7.
And the bread and butter comes out. You saw Blaze yet again towards the end of this game start getting really physical. He's stealing those boosts, and it puts this Distortion team, you know, they don't know what to do when they start getting bumped and demoed, and they struggle to get out of their defensive end. They may get a clear, but right to the Blaze defenders, and Blaze is coming right back at him again. And, you know, Blaze got away from that a little bit at the beginning of this game, but they found that rhythm yet again at the end. And again, it's going to pull off, and it's going to come, and it's going to give them this Game 6 win. And now we've headed to Game 7 Champions Field to see who's going to meet Hydra in the grand finals.
Yeah, it all comes down to this. Blaze, just impressive performances from them. As Distortion, they're going to take their time out here, hoping to kill the momentum. But Blaze, they have come back from a 3-1 deficit. They called their timeout after dropping down 3-1, clutched up huge in that game 5, and then they clutched up yet again here in game 6 in OT, able to win it. And Speed, for them, it all comes down to this. Both these teams' seasons on the line. Distortion looking to become the lowest rival seed to ever make the grand finals. Blaze looking to make it back to the grand finals for the first time since season 2. So these two teams, they know what's at stake, and it's going to all come down to Champions Field.
It is going to come down to Champions Field, and the way this series has gone is for Distortion. If they want to come away with a win, I think we need to see both Zap and Nikolai really step up in this game. We've seen them both pop off individually, and it has paid off for them. They have picked up some wins, and they've kept these games close that they've lost. But if they really want to solidify themselves a win, both of them need to step up in this game for Distortion. And for Blaze, I don't even know who needs to step up for them, because it's been a whole team effort this whole series for them. Everyone's taking their turns on the top of the leaderboard. Everyone's taking their turns making their saves and scoring and getting assists and everything else. So for Blaze, they just really need to be all around a team player here. And I think like I said, they need to really focus on those bumps and demos, because that's what's working for them.
We'll have to find out here as we are into it. It's game number 7. A trip to the grand finals is on the line for these two teams. Distortion, they started out strong with a 3-1 lead, but Blaze have shown their resolve, and they have battled back here to force a game 7. Will we see history here? Will Distortion be the lowest rival seed to ever make the grand finals? Will Blaze be coming back looking for another championship of their own? Here is a shot gonna come through. Nikolai starting off overtime for Distortion.
Man, the timeout buff is working. Nikolai getting started early, just like in the first game, getting his goal early on, not even quite 30 seconds in, and Distortion able to finally take their first lead in quite some time in this series.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a while for Distortion. They really hadn't had much offense going. Recently, it's been Blaze that kind of, held control of that last game. Now Distortion find themselves with that crucial goal. So crucial to get that first goal in Game 7. Momentum all in their favor, but Blaze coming back. It's just off the post, though. That one so close. You want that one back, as that one for sure looked like their opportunity. But instead, as we're a minute gone by, Blaze still scoreless.
Yeah, Blaze still scoreless, but they're not done fighting. They're still trying to be physical. But a big clear is going to come out here by Zap, and Sense trying to look for the read, but Zap's still there for the follow, looking for the double. Now it's going to get sent off by Crafty off of his own backboard. Still kind of in a dangerous position as that sitting there, and 3 Blaze defenders just kind of looking at it, Rockerman.
Yeah, Blaze, they are trying to get it out here and get it back on the offensive end, but they can't quite do it. As this one's shot high, but a save comes through just in time by Distortion as they're trying to get it out. The pressure on here for both these teams. They know what's at stake. They've battled all season long for a chance to make it to the grand finals, and now they've got 3:15 separating them from that idea. It's Distortion holding on. It's the 1-0 lead. Zap gonna make a touch, setting up high. Sense is off the ceiling. Oh my goodness! Sense to Zap. What is that?
And that is an insurance goal, but that may be one of the best goals in this playoff. Sense driving on the ceiling, doesn't even jump, knows it's gonna hit his car, and drops a perfect dime right down to Zap. And that is what you call a dime, because that literally came straight from the ceiling, and that just blew my mind, Rockman. It gave them a huge insurance goal here in this Game 7.
Oh my goodness, my jaw. I gotta pick it up off the floor speed. I couldn't believe what I just saw. That one has gotta be a contender for goal of the season there. It's just a huge play. Sense, we were asking for Sense to step up. And that time, Sense did. And a huge pass play, and then the conversion from Zap. Distortion looking to make it to the grand finals. They are halfway there. Blaze, they are no stranger to comebacks. And Zap, a huge save on the goal line. Whoever Roberto's trying to get it in, and we know Speed. We saw it earlier in this series. Blaze, they do know how to come back, and they do know how to make, a last-ditch effort.
Yeah, they do, and they know how to do it very well, but this is Game 7, Rockerman. It is a lot more nerves than what they were facing earlier on in the series when they did that. And, they still got to get that goal early on to take a little bit of the pressure off of them. So you got to like to see them get this earlier rather than later, as one's going to get sent on. Lil Roberto's going to have to make an awkward touch to the corner. Young Neddy's going to try to now dribble this one out. He gets it past one, but Zap's sitting right there. And the 50 comes out to redirect, trying to come out, but that's going to go just wide. And now going to get sent out by Distortion and right to Young Neddy, though. And time's ticking down now. A minute 30 left, Rockerman.
Oh, and here's the opportunity. Young Nitty looking for the read, but they can't quite connect. And you're exactly right. The time, the biggest enemy of Blaze right now. But Sense taking it all the way down, looking for the dunk, but can't find it.
And Lil Roberto is now going to send one down. He's looking for one, and Blaze is getting super physical. They have a lot of demos coming out. 2 demos coming out. Unable to count for anything, and now Sense looking for the dribble. Gets the 50 in his favor. Zap's going to take it, though. He's going to go look for a ceiling shot. Gets the touch. Gets the bounce down. And he's going to get the double, and I don't think I've seen a double quite like that from Sense.
Oh my goodness, Zap just, what is that read off the top and down and in, and all Distortion are contributing here in Game 7. They want this one. Zap stepping up huge. And now 53 seconds left. Blaze, they are going to need a miracle here to make something happen. They need 3 goals and not a lot of time. Can they do it? We've seen 3 goals in 7 seconds in this series before, so we know anything is possible, but miracle has to be had from Blaze. The demo comes through. Blaze, an opportunity. Here comes Young Netty. Send it towards the net, but Zap there on the goal line as we're down the final 30 seconds. Blaze, they gotta get moving. They're trying. They're sending it towards the net, but Nikalu, the big defensive man, makes the touch there. As Blaze try as they might, Distortion just holding on here. They're just wasting the time away. Flip resetting, and now Blaze just gonna need a Hail Mary as this one pinched towards the net, but it's not gonna go. And as this ball floats away, that is gonna do it. Distortion come back, survive in Game 7, and they have a date with Hydra in the Rival League Grand Finals.
Yes, we got a date secured. Distortion coming out, looking really, really good. And we're going to have a wonderful Grand Finals matches. These two teams have already faced off twice this season, being divisional rivals. Both of them are, looking really good. And I think a lot of people could have predicted this as a Grand Finals matchup at the start of the season. Distortion versus Hydra.
Yeah, really, just a huge storyline there. As Distortion, they've struggled. They were, surely a playoff contender at the beginning of the season, but then they struggled. They dropped all the way down to the play-in tournament, had to face the Chimeras, but they battled their way through. They took down Chimeras, they took down Pineapples, and they take down Blaze here in a Game 7. All their matches went the distance, so they're no stranger speed to clutching up. And I mean, just a huge performance. I mean, Zap stepped up huge, 2 goals in this game, 4 saves to his name. I mean, just Distortion, a huge performance, a huge clutch up in a Game 7.
Yeah, and that's definitely how a team is, a championship caliber team is. They are, maybe going the full distance in all their series so far, but they're able to get it done. They're able to finally make those final adjustments that they need to edge out the other team. And you do have to give hats off to Blaze in this series as well, as this was their first series in the playoffs, and they did come out a little slow. And I wonder maybe if the script would have been flipped if Blaze was able to actually get in their quarterfinal match and play the Kings. If that would have had a little bit of a different at the start of the series, because we did see them come out really, really flat in that Game 1.
We will never know, but what we do know is Distortion is heading to the Grand Finals against another team. Actually, now that I think of it, Distortion, all their matches have went the distance. Game 5, Game 7s. And then Hydra, all their matches have went to Game 7 as well. So both these teams, no strangers to content. Hopefully they're setting us up good for those Rival League Grand Finals. But that is going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate you all hanging with us and enjoying some Rocket League. A lot of great matches tonight. A lot of upsets here. 1 seeds going down everywhere. 7 seeds advancing. Distortion making history for KN's org. Deviation, the first team ever to make it to Grand Finals for the KN org. And Distortion, the lowest Rival League seed to ever make a Grand Finals. Can they be the lowest Rival League seed to win it? That's what we'll find out on Saturday night. But we'll be back Wednesday. We have more semifinal action, 5 of them coming your way as we're getting down to the lower leagues here in this one. It should be a lot of fun, so make sure you guys follow the channel if you haven't already. Join the Discord. Check out the merch shop if you haven't. But that is going to do it for us tonight. We appreciate you guys all hanging out, and we will see you guys on Wednesday night.